Hi everyone, today I'm going to be doing my January favourites. At the beginning of this year I actually thought that I might stop doing favourites just because I had kind of fallen out of love with it, but actually I have so many products that I've been loving this month that I decided that I would just continue. So yeah, there's a nice big mix of skincare and makeup today, so I'm just going to get started. I'm going to get started with skincare, and I feel like I had quite a lot of skincare that I was loving this month, mainly because my skin like completely freaked out over the past couple of months. And there's just been quite a few things that I purchased to see if they would help, and quite a few of them did, so I thought I'd add them into my favourites. And the thing that I've loved most has got to be the Aesop Parsley Seed Cleansing Mask, which my lovely friend Luce got for me for Christmas. I was like eyeing up all the products in her bathroom. I was like, I need to buy this. She was like, don't buy it, don't buy it. And I then unwrapped this a few minutes later. So this is great for kind of cleansing your skin and giving it a really nice deep clean. I actually prefer this to the Origins charcoal mask. I can never remember what it's called for the life of me. It's a lot more gentle, but it still gives you a really good deep clean. It's much easier to take off with like a flannel or a muslin cloth, I find, than the Origins mask, and it also is much better on kind of blackheads around your nose. I found that the Origins mask, because it was so dark, actually kind of made them look a lot worse, which was quite strange. But yeah, I just much prefer this one, and it will definitely be repurchased once I've used it all up, and I think that could be pretty soon. And the next product I have been loving, I blame Amelia for. I will link her YouTube channel up below. It's the Omorovicza Queen of Hungary mist. I actually just said that right. It's taken me about 4 takes to say that. I just need to give myself a little high five there for that one. But she raves about this and she loves it, and I picked up the starter kit that they do, which gives you kind of like a decent sized tester of it, and I really like it. It's kind of like the Quarterly Beauty Elixir, and I kind of use it in the same way. It just smells amazing. I just use it in between kind of cleansing and any serums and moisturisers, and it's just beautiful. It smells amazing. I just pop this in my bag and I kind of spray it when I'm on the bus and there's a really smelly person sitting near me. And the next 2 products are from Kiehls, and I can't decide which one of these I love more, so I'm going to talk about them at the same time. But it's the Kiehls Creamy Eye Treatment and the Skin Rescuer. I find the Skin Rescuer is great for kind of any skincare problems. I find that it is quite good for when I'm particularly like spotty and I've got dry skin, or my skin is just really looking red and irritated. It just really kind of soothes everything, which I think is amazing. And it's kind of aimed towards like stressed skin, and my skin goes through a lot of stresses every day. I walk most places and we're kind of like on busy main roads, so it's not like I've got a lot of fresh air around me, and my skin just tends to get a bit dry and dehydrated. I can't get my words right today. So I've really been loving it. The Kiehls Creamy Eye Treatment. It's by far the thickest and creamiest eye cream I think I've ever used. So good to the point where it makes some of my concealers that never used to slip and slide, which is crazy. So it's really great for use under the Nars Creamy Concealer, because I know that and a lot of people can actually be quite drying because it's quite high coverage and it's not like the dewiest of concealers in comparison to like Origins Plantscription, which now slips and slides if I use this, which is crazy. So yeah, I really like it for use under like kind of more heavy coverage concealers, and it's just really nice. It does a really good job of kind of like hydrating your eye area, which has been really great because I've had a lot of dry skin around my eyes recently, so I've been loving that. And the final skincare product is the La Roche-Posay Citaplast. I think I had this problem when I showed this in the haul. Posay Citaplast Balm. I have no idea if I said that right. But yeah, I use this when my skin is like extremely dry, because it does a really good job of kind of creating a protective layer over the skin, but also really hydrating. But also really hydrating it at the same time. So I really like this. If you've got dry skin or you have like patches of dry skin, I definitely recommend picking this up. The next 2 products are Nars products, and I'm sure you can guess which ones they are because they were in my beauty haul a few weeks back. This one is the Nars Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturiser. I have the shade Groenland. Don't know if that's how you say it. I had the same problem a few weeks back. I'm still having the same problem now, but it's a really lovely tinted moisturiser. It comes to kind of like a satin finish on my skin. It's not matte, but it's not overly dewy, which I kind of like because I've never had a tinted moisturiser like that. The lasting power is really good. I don't find it going patchy on my skin, but I don't really have that problem with too many foundations. As for the shade, it's slightly warmer than my skin tone, but actually it's quite nice because it's not really noticeable because obviously it's so sheer, and it actually just gives my skin a really nice warmth, especially because it's winter and my skin tends to get a bit of a grey tinge to it. I don't really get to see the sun very often, so this actually makes it look like I do, which I really like. So yeah, this has definitely been my favourite base this month. I can't actually remember using anything else, so I love this. And then we have the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. Yeah, that's what it's called, I got it right. I keep messing this up. This is a really good coverage concealer. It's not too drying, but I find that in drier parts of my face it can be, especially on the dry patches on my eyes. So if you're going to use this, I would say moisturise really well first, just because it can be a little bit drying if your skin is on the drier side. I have the shade Custard. I'm actually so blind, I'm like, yeah, I have the shade Custard, and it's actually a really good match for me. I think if I get any paler, which is definitely possible, then I might need to go a shade down, which is Vanilla, which is impossible to find. Yeah, I've been loving this, especially because I've had quite dark under eye circles so far this month. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep, so this has been my lifesaver. This product is one I've had for quite a while. It's the L'Oreal Superliner Perfect Slim. It's just basically got a really fine kind of long nib. And I really like this because I've been really getting into doing quite a big flick on my winged eyeliner recently. I recently did some work with Clinique and Cosmo, and my makeup artist there did a really lovely big cat eye flick. There's a photo on my Instagram, a black and white photo, which you might have seen, and my flick was like far more kind of accentuated than it would normally be because I didn't do it, but I really liked it. It looked so good, so I dug this out and I've been kind of practicing doing a bigger flick each time I do my eyeliner at the moment, which I'm still not a pro at in terms of a massive flick, but I'm getting there, and I really like this for helping me do that because the really long nib is just super handy for doing a really big straight flick. And the final makeup product is the Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade. I always bugger up saying, which is basically like a waxy creamy brow product. It's really hard to describe, but pomade is basically like, I'm not even going to try and explain it because I googled it and was still confused, but it's basically like a creamy waxy consistency, and I just dip my angle brush into it and then pop it on my brows, and just it does a really great job of kind of filling them in, much better than an eyeshadow. It's kind of like a really nice in-between between an eyeshadow and a brow pencil or pen. The final product is a perfume, and it's the Eccentric Molecules Molecule 01 perfume. I think that's what it's called, I get so confused. Yeah, this is like a cult product which I've seen so much about and I've heard so much about it, and I used to go into Liberties and give everything a really good sniff, and I kind of just couldn't get on with it, so I didn't like it, but when I smelled it on other people I really liked it, so I thought I'd give it another go. I went into Liberties and actually the smell grew on me a lot more, so I picked it up. Actually I've had a couple of trips trying to decide whether to pick it up, and then I finally did. And I haven't looked back. I love it. It's quite strange though, because lots of people say you shouldn't be able to smell it on yourself, but I really can. I don't know what that says about my natural smell, because obviously it's meant to kind of enhance yours. Do I just smell loads? I don't know. So that is it for my January favourites. I hope you liked it. Let me know what your favourites are in the comments below, and I will pop any reviews on these products I have in the box below that thing. I'll pop all the reviews down there. But yeah, I hope you are all having a lovely weekend. I hope you had an okay January as January can be, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!